a shadow over yonder where the old barn creeps. In the still of the night, not a soul dare speak, though the moonlight glimmers on the silver gale. In that haunted hollow, silence always prevails.
Grandpa told stories of lost souls and bones, talking about folks who never made it back home. Echoes in the forest of a mournful tune, a distant reminder of the town's dark doom.
Ooh, there's a shadow haunting every hill, whispers of the past that linger still. In the night it comes calling through the pines, a tale of sorrow in these winding vines. Down by the creek, where the water runs cold, lies the tale of a love that was bitterly sold. She waits in the silence, her heart turned to stone, for the man who had promised but never came home. Ooh, there's a shadow
Haunting every hill, whispers of the past that linger still. In the night it comes calling
with whispers of secrets and stories untold. The windows are broken, the door barely holds. Ghosts of the hollow where no sunlight flows. Mama left early and Daddy stayed drunk. We lived in the shadow, our spirits all sunk. At night we'd hear footsteps on creaky old floors, echoes of sorrow from those here before. Oh, the ghosts of the hollow, they call out my name. In the dead of the night, they light up a flame. Haunted by memories that never do fade, lost in the darkness where dreams are all frayed. Through the trees, it moans like a dirge. Broken hearts buried deep where nightmares emerge. A wolf's lonely howl is all that I hear. I've been living in fear, I've been stuck here for years. The stars in the sky, they don't seem to shine. Over this midnight, they no longer align. Caught in a nightmare, awake or asleep, the hollow still holds me, its secrets I keep. Oh, the ghosts of the hollow, they call out my name. In the dead of the night, they light up a flame. Haunted by memories that never do fade, lost in the darkness where dreams are all frayed.
Midnight on the ridge, shadows creeping close, whispers in the wind beneath the blood-red moon. Old pine creaks and sways, secrets in its bark. A lonely howl echoes, piercing through the dark. Ghosts of old regrets haunt this timber trail. Footsteps on the gravel, whispers of the tale. Lover's lost embrace, etched in thorny vines. Memories like phantoms, mingling with the pine. Ghosts of old regrets haunt this timber trail. Footsteps on the gravel, whispers of the tale. Lover's lost embrace, etched in thorny vines. Memories like phantoms, drifting through the pines. Darkness falls heavy as night shadows dance. Fate's cruel mistress won't give a second chance. Underneath the starlight, hearts forever ache. Midnight on the ridge, there's too much at stake.
river runs so cold, like a lover's scorn. In the chill of night, trouble's always born. Lantern flickers low, casting restless hues. Eyes in the darkness, glowing with the blues. Ravens perch on gravestones, mocking destiny. A song in the silence, riddled with mystery. Whiskey in a flask keeps the spirits warm. Solitude a friend, shelter from the storm. Darkness falls heavy as night shadows dance. Fate's cruel mistress won't give a second chance. Underneath the starlight, hearts forever ache. Midnight on the ridge, there's too much at stake.
Thunder's rolling, rain begins to scream. A haunting whistle tears right through my dream. A ghost train howls through blackened sky, rolling down the rails where good men die. The lights are flickering, fading fast. I hear the devil laughing at my past. The fireline train is heading my way, chasing down the dues I still must pay. The tracks ignite with every sin I've made. A soul like mine don't ever get saved. It's getting close, I feel that burn. Too many back roads with no return. Whispers follow from the grave I dug. The devil rides with a preacher's shrug. The whistle shrieks like a vulture's cry. No redemption left, no alibi. The fireline train is heading my way, chasing down the dues I still must pay. The rails are glowing, the truth won't fade. I'm bound by every deal I made. Tried to run, but I was always there. The devil smiling at the station gate. My name's been etched, can't change my fate. The fireline train don't stop for grace, only for those it must erase.
The wheels roll on, the night turns black. There ain't no savior bringing me back.
Down by the old Whiskey River, I saw a ghost in the night. With a bottle in hand, he stood in the pale moonlight. Whispers of sorrow echoed through the trees. His eyes were full of stories and painful memories. Mama said, boy, don't you wander too far. That river's cursed with shadows and scars. But the moon was my guide, and the night ran cold. I felt the weight of history in that haunted fold. Whiskey River's ghost, he's a friend of no man. He's the rage of the storm, the cry of the damned. Hold your breath and your tears when you walk that path, or you'll find yourself buried in his heartless wrath. Legends and tales passed down through the years of broken hearts and rivers of tears. The ghost by the river with his mournful song pull me closer to where I don't belong. Silence, I heard him call my name. A whisper in the wind, a voice in the flame. Turn back, young soul, before it's too late. The ghost and I, we share the same fate. Whiskey River's ghost, he's a friend of no man. He's the rage of the storm, the cry of the damned. Hold your breath and your tears when you walk that path, or you'll find yourself buried in his heartless wrath. The moon climbs high over Graveyard Hill. The night hangs heavy, the air grows still. Whispers twist through the blackened trees. Each shadow breathes forgotten pleas. Worn out boots on the ghost track road, dragging burdens no man ever told. The past ain't gone, just lying deep, where the roots run wild and secrets creep. Shadows in the pines, they speak my name. A lonesome wail wrapped in smoke and flame. Echoes of sorrow, ghosts of time, here in the valley where the sun don't shine. Rusty chains on a crooked gate guard the house that's cursed by fate. Windows cracked, door hanging loose, where the wind hums songs the dead still use. Silent prayers in that chapel's bones. Candles tremble on sinking stones. Winds cry out like a warning sign, but I ain't alone in these haunted pines. The night holds secrets sharp and wide. Listen close, hear the dead confide. Every fallen leaf, each distant cry tells a tale. Those who die.
Shadows creep across the desolate plain. Silent whispers call my name. Moonlight stretches the shadows long. This haunted night is where I belong. Creaking boards in the old wood frame. Ghosts of memory still speak my name. Through shattered glass the wind will cry. A lone wolf howls beneath the sky. In the silence I hear the cries, echoes of the past start to rise. Down the trails where spirits start That's where the living fear to walk. A lantern light flickers against the cold. Tales of the damned forever retold. Footsteps echo behind my soul. In the hush, the voices roll. In the silence, I hear the cries. Echoes of the past start to rise. Down the trails where spirits stalk. That's where the living fear to walk. Midnight beasts begin to crawl. Whispers scratch along the wall. Faded faces haunt the gloom. Shadows dance inside my room. In the silence, I hear the cries. Echoes of the past won't lie. Down the trails where spirits stalk. That's where the living fear to walk.
Storm clouds gather on forgotten fields. A lonesome wind that cuts and heals. The ghosts hum low a sorrow tune. Whiskey glows beneath the grieving moon. Cold shadows dance down gravel trails. Echoes whisper long lost tales. A rusty sign swings in the wind's cry. Broken dreams too hard to deny. In the night where wild things roam, maybe the lost still call it home. A heart gone dark but holding light, drinking memories by moonlight. A blackbird sings from a crooked pine. Secrets carried down the line. The air hangs thick with what won't pass. Every child's joy, every lover's last. Chain link fences guard the pain. Old letters burning in morning rain. Footsteps wander where none have been. A silent prayer for might have beens. In the night where wild things roam, maybe the lost still call it home. A heart gone dark but holding light,
drinking memories by moonlight. Yeah, drinking memories by moonlight.
On a gravel road beneath the pines, a lone house stands where the moonlight shines. The wind whispers secrets through the night, casting shadows where ghosts find their light. In a corner bar past the county line, a man sits alone, lost in whiskey's brine. His heart's been broken by too many lies. In that dark room where sorrow hides, there's a pain you can't escape. In the silence, in the air, whiskey burns like a midnight train, chasing shadows till the dawn is bare. A broken watch on a worn-out wrist tracks the hours down a dark abyss. Memories haunt like a lover's scorn. In the ditch where dreams are torn, her name etched in a heart of stone. In a cemetery overgrown, he visits her grave with a heavy chest, where her life's buried, finally at rest. Crows on the fence in the dying light,
midnight shadows on a lonesome road. The wind whispers secrets only ghosts decode. Gravel crunches under worn-out boots. In this town, the past don't stay mute. Yeah. Skeletal trees reach up for the moon. Old barn creaks to a ghostly tune. Cicadas wail in a mournful key. A night like this ain't where you wanna be. Where you wanna be. Cemetery trail on the edge of town holds broken dreams and leaden frowns. Crosses mark the tales untold, where every name is etched in cold. Fading gravestones tell no lies. Silent screams beneath pitch black skies. Echoes linger caught in time. Haunted whispers hum a mournful rhyme. Rusty gate swings with a groan. In the graveyard, you're never alone. Stars above refuse to shine. This cursed place rewrites the line. Cemetery trail on the edge of town holds broken dreams and leaden frowns. Crosses mark the tales untold, where every name is etched in cold. Cold. Where you wanna be. Where you wanna be is etched in cold. Where the wild wind sigh stands a faded home 'neath the crimson sky. A lantern sways through the thickest gloom, glows like sorrow in a widow's room. Oh, the widow waits where the cold winds moan for the man she lost to the dark unknown. His shadow lingers, his voice still calls. Follow me down where the silence falls. Her hands are frail, her hopes turn dust. She speaks to the night with a ghostly trust. The river hums his name so low. Step closer, now where the dark things go. It awaits where the cold winds moan for the man she lost to the dark unknown. His shadow lingers, his voice still calls. Follow me down where the silence falls. breath runs thin. She walks to the edge, lets the dark pull in. The trees all shiver, the waters swell, and the wind it cries, all hearts must dwell. Now the blackbirds cry as the red sky bleeds. Two shadows drift among the weeds. The lantern's gone, but her vow still burns, a love too deep where the river turns. Clinging to the edge of a long-lost trail, the moon wears frost like a morning veil. Silhouettes crawl where truths once lied, and every breeze still speaks the cries. The chapel doors swing with a hollow groan. Wind hums hymns for the long gone bones. Stone by stone the past decays, but those cold voices never fade. Haunted whispers in the dead of night, rolling through the hills, pale and white. Spirits call and shadows press in this cursed land with forenal guests. A rusted bell rings soft and slow, steps on gravel with nowhere to go. The air cuts deep like a preacher's sigh, and the silence howls a lullaby. Cabins sink where the weeds now grow. Empty frames where firelight glows. The swing still moves with no one near. like it's rocking old forgotten fears. Haunted whispers in the dead of night, rolling through the hills, pale and white. Spirits call and shadows press in this cursed land. We're forever guests. Cuts deep through the hollow pines, moonlight tangled in crooked lines. A figure walks where the guilty run. With every step, what's done is done. Footprints vanish near the stream. Blood-red ripples blur the scene. Haunted hearts and broken vows. A weight I carry, can't shake it now. Cold steel rings where shadows crawl. The river knows it sees it all. Haunted hearts and broken vows. A weight I carry, can't shake it now. Cold steel rings where shadows crawl. The river knows it sees it all. The trees they sigh, the branches bend, like mourners grieving without end. The preacher said, beware the flame. But the devil came wearing my name. With each mile deeper, silence grows. On a road no righteous man goes. Every step a price I pay. Every ghost still knows the way. In the hush, lost voices cry. The living curse, the dead still lie. Haunted hearts drift with the breeze. Each prayer choked on wounded knees. And the ground don't judge, but it don't forgive. It just swallows all the lives we live. Cold steel rings where shadows crawl. The river knows it sees it all. The trees they sigh, the branches bend, and I walk alone toward my end.
breathes deep, the air turns still. Whispers flow through the twisted trees. Every shadow hides old memories. Lost souls drift down forgotten roads, wearing silence like weathered coats. The past lies buried shallow and near, and the secrets in the pines still whisper clear. Shadows in the pines, they call my name. A lonesome cry framed in midnight flame. Echoes of sorrow, ghosts in line. You haunt the valley where the sun won't shine. Rusty chains on a leaning gate guard that house in a haunted state. Windows shattered, doors hang low, where time stands still and memories glow. Silent prayers in the chapel bare, candles flicker on heavy air. Winds of change, they moan and sway, but something here still wants to stay. The night holds secrets dark and deep. Listen close, you'll hear them weep. Every fallen leaf, each distant cry, tells a tale that refuses to die. Out where the shadows twist and crawl, the wind it moans like a distant call. The soil is cursed, it won't forgive the names of those who cease to live. Beneath the gallows, the branches groan, ghosts of the guilty call it home. The ground still whispers what men conceal, of sins too dark, of truths too real. The moon hangs crooked over pine, judging those who cross the line. Boot heels drag through dust and dread, each echo steps where the doomed have bled. Beneath the gallows, the branches groan, ghosts of the guilty call it home. The ground still whispers what men conceal, of sins too dark, of truths too real. Oh, the crows cry loud, they never rest. Dark wings circling the final breath. The sky won't blink, the stars won't weep. They guard the place where justice sleeps. Beneath the gallows, the branches groan, ghosts of the guilty call it home. The ground still whispers what men conceal, of sins too dark, of truths too real. And the crows cry louder,
edge of town. The rope swings slow where mercy fades and no light shows. These walls with trembling hands, now they tower like shifting sands. The truth was sold in veils of gold, while silence bought the brave and bold. We shout, we bleed, yet still we fall. No savior answers when we call. The chains we forge now hold us tight, feeding on our dwindling light. They move like ghosts behind the veil, writing laws that make us frail. Every voice gets drowned in lies, buried deep beneath their eyes. They promised peace, a proud foundation, but we live in a shadow nation. No way out, no way out. Down a street called Ash and Flame, we walk alone, no face, no name. The gears still turn, the system feeds on dying hopes and silent pleas. We shout, we bleed, yet still we fall. No savior answers when we call. The chains we forge now hold us tight, feeding on our dwindling light. They move like ghosts behind the veil, writing laws that make us frail. Every voice gets drowned in lies, buried deep beneath their eyes. They promised peace, a proud foundation, but we live in a shadow nation. No way out, break the spell. Are we cursed or born in hell? If the righteous choose to flee, will the blind still claim they see? They raise their flags with blood-stained pride, but we see what the truth can't hide. Buried deep beneath their eyes. They promise peace, a proud foundation, but we live in a shadow nation. Yeah, we live in a shadow nation. No way out, no way out. Just a shadow.